I couldn't breathe. My entire body was numb. I couldn't move. It was like the entire world had been shifted 45 degrees. Kimiko was on the ground a few feet away, looking at me and crying. Kimiko and I were looking at each other at the same angle. I must have fallen to the ground. The hateful, disgusting, unforgettable voices of our tormentors entered our ears. They must have been giggling as they waited somewhere safe and watched us fighting for our lives. They looked at us and grinned. They looked down at us with glee, as if we were idiots for even trying to resist. But... I mustered all my strength to pull myself off the ground and stand on my own 2 feet. My head was spinning, my stomach was convulsing, and I couldn't see straight. As if I was possessed by all the loathing and anger that had built up within me. I forgot about the pain in my wrist long enough to lash out at Megu, but sadly she avoided my blows. Yeah, stand there and let me punch you, please. Megu's voice and expression changed. She was honestly shocked. She'd labeled me as a simple, docile sheep who would never fight back. She never expected me to act like this. You're not really fighting back, I should say, like in the real sense. That made me want to rip her face off even more. I was hit in the stomach even harder than before. I collapsed like a marionette whose strings had been cut. Unlike Shirayama, Satoko didn't pull her punches. Maybe people of the same sex really can be crueler to you than those of the opposite sex. Satoko pulled me back up and kept punching me. Oh, look. Delinquent Takuji, here to save the day. A voice in the dark suddenly agreed with her, followed by the sound of approaching footsteps. Apparently. The men who seemed so threatened a moment ago all changed their tone and looked nervously at Mamiya, as if they didn't want to upset him. Because he has training to take out a group of like 20 men. Numata looked anxious and uncomfortable when Mamiya looked at him. He scratched his head, laughed, and looked down. When he saw Numata back down, she raised her voice and asked Mamiya that question. So I searched this random part. Megu glared daggers at him, but Mamiya didn't flinch. Megu is so prideful that she hates people like Mamiya. Sure.
だからさ、とにかく皆さんうぜえから消えてくださいって言ってるの。
こいつ、あの間宮拓司か。
ああ、そうだ。俺たちが十数人で襲って返り討ちにあった。
How?
強いのか。そう見えないが。
でたらめだ。普通じゃない。
バカマミヤ。 浅草に紛れて調子こくのもいい加減にしろ。
I mean, they have fucking steel pipes, but, you know, magically, they'll lose. But, I mean, come on.
はあ
いつ私があんたのおもちゃになり下がった。お前あれか。もうボケが始まってんのか。
Fine, be raped by all these
前衛
guys.
的に行き過ぎちまったのかよ。
Would you rather that?
何言ってるの。お前なんておもちゃだよ。
貴様ぶっ殺す。
Sakura is getting turned on by it, obviously.
マミヤ。
お久しぶりじゃないですか。君が俺を呼び捨てにしてくれるのなんか。
おいシレマ、いい加減学べよ。何度やられてると思ってんだよ。
You have weapons.
何ビビってるんだよ翼。相手丸腰じゃねえか。それに一人だろ。何集めてる。
そうだよ。こんなやつにビビってんじゃねえよ。
そうだよな。ちくしょう。マミヤ、丸腰で吠えてるんじゃねえぞ。
丸腰？
ああ、そうだ。こっちは15人、しかも武器ありだ。
あれ11人しかいない。
Shut the fuck up, Nishimura.
あらあら、本当だ。11人しかいないよ。
You count the 4 girls, there's 15. They started to panic and they realized they were missing 4 people.
あのさ、俺ね、この辺りの人間片っ端から占めてるんだよ。
うるせえよてめえら。ちょっと人数が減ったくらいなんだ。こっちには武器があって有利なことに違いはねえだろ。
ああ、武器って、例えばこれとか。
Mamiya casually pulled a knife out of his pocket and flipped the blade out. Yeah, they have knives too. Or daggers, or whatever the fuck they wanted to call it. And steel fucking pipes!
それ私のエステレイマー。
ナイフは肝オタの大事なアイテムなんですよ。白山くん。
You can't handle 3 people swinging an a steel pipe at him and somehow beat 3 of them. That's just, you can't do that. They outrange him.
なあ、やばいって。間宮君に逆らうとやばいって。絶対に。
If you guys weren't completely incompetent, you could fight him.
なんですか。白山くんだけですか。他は戦意喪失？そんではこれならどうです？
どうして。
Mamiya threw his only weapon into the darkness behind him.
はあ、てめえどこまで舐めてるんだよ。
Unsurprisingly, Shirayama's eyes lit up with anger, like Mamiya had poured oil on
マミ
fire.
ヤ無謀すぎる。
Just like Kimika, I had no idea what he was thinking.
これならいけるんじゃね。
だったら早くやっちゃいな。こんなよろちいやつ余裕だろ。
It should be.
そうだよ。どう見ても強そうじゃないじゃんか。
Thank God he'll beat all of them.
いや、あんたらはあの人が暴れてる姿見たことないからそんなこと言えるんであってね。
You guys so
大
incompetent,
体
you
自
can't
信があるか
win
ら捨てたんだろ。
in an armed
Knife
fight
だって
versus
さ。
an unarmed guy.
いや、ここでやらないとお前だっていつまでも間宮にぶん殴られ続けるぞ。そうなんだけどさ。
敵を目の前に作戦会議とかやめません？やるかやらないかはっきりしてくださいよ。
情けねえぞお前ら。ここで男を見せろよ。さっきから舐められっぱなしじゃねえか。ほら翼も黙ってんじゃねえよ。
何やってね
さあ、早くしろよ。俺も今日あたりが限界なんだわ。明日になったら。
Wait, that means we can just wait to beat the shit out of you tomorrow?
死ぬまで間宮拓司の担当になるらしいんでな。
But why? Today, roll, peaceful. What the fuck is he muttering to himself?
さあ、お前らを苦しめてきた俺に復讐するなら、これが最後のチャンスだ。
It's not. You have tomorrow. It's not going to be your personality, sure, but it's still your body.
ああ、やってやるよ。ここでてめえをボコボコにしてやるよ。
だから座敷犬みたいに吠えるなっての。
うおりゃ
Shirayama swung his wood sword at Mamiya before he even finished his sentence. The downward slash of the sword carried through and struck the ground. It was a powerful attack, but it also left him open for a long time before he missed. Mamiya moved his upper body just enough to dodge the attack, putting him in arm's reach of the opponent.
木刀の素振りからやり直した方がいいですよ。力いっぱい振り下ろすなんて。
Okay, so yeah, they
どん
are
だけ
just
素人ですか。
brutally incompetent.
嘘。すごい。
歩けば即武道。覚えておいて損はないと思いますよ。
He thrust his fingers into Shirayama's throat. Shirayama collapsed on the spot.
これは演舞などではないので、触れるだけで終わる場所しか狙わないですよ。
ほらね、やっぱり間宮君に勝てるわけないんだからさ。
You're useless.
くそー、複数で同時に行けば問題ないんだよ。
俺パスな。間宮君、俺は最初っから逆らってないからね。
あ
Can you hit him?
あ、わかった。んで、飯沼と横山は
Mamiya looked a little disappointed though, still as intimidating as the devil as he asked that question.
おい、いいのか、教師。お前ら男だろ。
まあそうだけど。
なあ、同時なら問題ないだろ。いくら間宮でも。
そうそう、同時で来るといい。そんだけ獲物があれば怖くないでしょ。ほら、
それじゃあお望み通りボコボコにしてやるぜ。
The frightened men regained their composure when they signaled each other to attack.
あれって
Ah, cigarettes. Just before he was attacked, he pulled a flashlight from behind him and shined in their eyes. Oh no, the magic flashlight.
俺が丸腰だなんて。
Thought it was gonna be the
バ
cigarette
カで
shit.
すね、君たち。喧嘩に嘘はつきものですよ。
And then I heard a loud crack, and then Nishimura, who was standing closest to Mamiya, fell to the ground in howling pain. Oh.
あんな
They probably hit him in the head with the flashlight. Mamiya only twisted Nishimura's hands lightly, and yet Nishimura went flying through the air. Or that. And it wasn't just Nishimura. One by one, the blinded men were taken out. An unpleasant sound rang out there every time one of them fell to the ground.
相変わらずだね。間宮君のって小武道っていうの？
そうですね。そんなもんです。
I was shocked to hear his voice, so calm, as he cut through his enemies, knocking them to the ground one by one.
さて、残った連中の視力も回復してきたようだし。
Don't want to just stab him already? Oh, okay. Just has sword somewhere on his body. Inuma couldn't stop himself from yelling in despair. Mamiya pulled a sword from somewhere to fight the rest of his opponents. He took a flawless defensive stance just in front of us. Where did he pull the sword from?
ちょっとそれ
Guess that was a sword in his pocket, and he wasn't happy to
マジ
see
シャ
me.
レにならないでしょ。
安心しな。本物ではあるけど、歯は削り落としてあるから切れねえよ。
What's the point of having it?
ほら、痛くなかっただろ。
Mamiya slashed diagonally down into the terrified Inuma, knocking him down to the ground in an instant. Even if he doesn't have a blade, hitting someone with forged steel that hard could seriously hurt. He was doing fine without it, though. Inuma's skull might have broken.
さあ、残りの人も遠慮せずにいらっしゃい。
Iron steel pipe, still greater than dull sword. Mamiya snickered and waved them closer. The men with weapons charged him one after another. Yes, one at a time, please. I couldn't bear to look at it. I silently looked away. I can still hear the merciless sound of human bodies being broken. Thank you for all coming one at a time.
もう終わりか。威勢だけのやつらだったな。
The music of violence came to a stop. And the music did too. When I heard Mamiya's dissatisfaction, I finally turned back toward him. At least this ending's gonna be happier.
白山だけは特別扱いだが、他のやつらはいくらか手加減してやった。
でもみんな血だらけじゃないですか。
No, that's fine, apparently.
そうだね。でもこれぐらいやらないとね。
Mamiya smirked. His smile sent shivers down my spine.
これで残りはお前ら二人だけ。
You can head Satoko, I don't care. Mamiya strode over to the two women who were quivering in fear. His expression hadn't changed the entire time. The scariest thing of all was that he could do something like this without even cracking his veneer of elegance.
どうしようかな。この子たち。
He calmly put away his gleaming sword, took one look at the pale faces of Megu and Satoko, and then asked us what he should do with them.
三つぞやの白山みたいに刃物で腕を貫通させるか。それとも鼻と口に枝を詰めて何度もぶん殴るか。
Or you could not.
両耳に枝突っ込んで殴るのもいいかも。倒れた方向の鼓膜が破ける感じ。なかなか機会がなかったけど、昔から一度やってみたかったんですよね。
What's going on? He was calm before, but I could see his expression changing now. It made me feel like he was criticizing himself internally, calling himself useless, even as he fought and crushed all his enemies. Just looking at him felt agonizing. I could hardly breathe.
もう十分ですから。
高島。
もう十分です。これ以上傷つける必要はないと思います。
必要ねですか。
Yeah, what is this concept of holding back on stuff and not just taking everything to the extreme? What?
ならさ、質問なんだけど、人が人を傷つけるのに理由なんてあるのか？
In self-defense, yo.
いじめられ続けたあんたが一番知ってることじゃないのか？それと立花。
マミヤ。
And this
少し
isn't
頭に
a
血
case
が
of
上ってたな。
self-defense at this point.
まあいいや。あんたらがそれでいいのならもういいさ。
Mamiya turned around
Oh,
like he remembered
そ
something.
うそう。
Something small danced across the ground and landed near Kimika's hands.
私のエストレイマー。
It was definitely the same folding knife he stole from Kimika. But it was open when he threw it away. He must have closed it with his hand as he threw it, since it was
俺
shut
とお
now.
前の指紋がついているからな。ここにあるとよくないだろ
Also yours? Kimika slowly reached down and grabbed it, then she put it in her pocket without a second
う。
glance.
じゃあな。
He'd already turned away from us and started walking when he said his goodbye. I should have said something back to him, but I hesitated to say farewell. I just silently watched as his form disappeared into the darkness. Megu and Satoko had fallen to the ground. They looked at the two of us, trying and failing to convince their mouths to form words. They were unharmed themselves, but they were terrified after they watched all the men fighting for them crumple like
どう
dolls.
君か立てる？大丈夫。わかった。家まで一緒に帰ろうね。
She looked unsteady on her feet, so I moved closer and wrapped my arm around her shoulders.
私、
Against a
無
group of,
力だった。
allegedly like 15 guys? Of course.
何言ってるのよ。
I mean, you held him off long enough for Mamiya to save him.
最終的に
Technically, you
私はザクロを
protected her.
守ることができなかった。私は何もそんなことないよ。そんなこと。
And I can confirm, with you doing nothing after the baton incident in the other round, no, compared to this, no, you definitely did a lot more. I tried to soothe her as she looked away and cried. I had to stop myself from embracing her right there. I would probably just hurt her if I hugged her now, since she was injured and I didn't want to hurt her pride either. Until now, I've always felt like my life wasn't a living hell, as if I was made to be crushed by my perpetual fear. But now that's all changed. I've made a wonderful friend. I mean, compared to the other ending, this one's way more preferred. July 11th. Yay, won't commit suicide.
なんか注目されてるね。
Yeah, I wonder why.
そうだね。
The atmosphere in the classroom was as uncomfortable as ever. But the hate from before had disappeared. It had been replaced with confusion and ostracization. Of course, the confusion stemmed from the incident last night. It was huge. We could only thank our lucky stars that we were alive today, that the police hadn't gotten involved. How didn't they?
なんか今までとは違うけど、これはこれで居心地がいいもんじゃないね。
Someone just stumbles upon a scene of 11 guys all bloody, broken bones and stuff, and it's like, I'm not gonna call the police on this.
確かにそうかも。
I mean, obviously the guys aren't gonna call the police. I mean, Megan and Sataka could. I mean, unless they actually genuinely care about those guys. If they didn't, they could easily call the police. Everyone gets arrested. It didn't feel like we were being bullied anymore, but it was like we had become objects of fear, like Akasaka and Kitami had been before. After the two of us checked that our seats were safe to sit in, Kimiko whispered in my ear.
さとこもメグも今日は来てないみたい
I
だ
wonder
ね。
why.
本当だ。まだ来てないのかな。まだなのかな。当分来ないんじゃないの。
I wouldn't. At least for a couple days.
あの二人は怪我とかしてないはずだけど。怪我はないけど、精神的には相当なダメージでしょ。あれほどの人数を集めて、たった一人の人間に勝つことができなかったんだからさ。
Because they brought really terrible people.
そうだね。しかし、間宮拓司って本当に強かったんだね。うん。でも、間宮くんって前はいじめられてたとも聞いてたけど。さあ、実際のところどうなのかね。あの強さは、ちょっと武術習いましたってレベルではなかったけどね。昔から相当やり込んでる感じだった。そうなんだ。うん。合気道とかに近い武術だったけど、確か合気道って50年やって強くなれるかなれないかといったレベルのもんだからさ。
No, he's been training over 1,000 years.
50年？そうそう。どんな才能があったって数年で実践に使えるようなもんじゃないみたい。
No, he's special.
じゃあ間宮くんは？かなり幼い頃からやってないとあのレベルにはならないし、あと見た感じ相当喧嘩慣れしてたみたい。
At most, he's 18. Even if he started at 1, that's still not 50 years.
どっちにしろあれがいじめられてたなんてありえないと思うけどね。私が思うに不良の黒幕であることを隠すために自分で流した噂。
I wonder, he definitely was strong last night, but the Mamiya I've always known wasn't like that. I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's a different one.
今朝からずっと間宮拓司のこと考えてるね。
She's been thinking about him every day.
まあしょうがないか。実際ザクロを助けたのはあいつだからさ。
He didn't have to save her and she'd still be
ザクロ
thinking
は
of
あいつ
him.
のことばかり考えるのも。
You're really underestimating how infatuated she is with him. Her face looked really sad for a moment, for some reason. She must really hate Mamiya.
でもいい人じゃない間宮くんって。ヒミカのナイフも返
He
してく
stole
れ
it in
た
the
し。
first place.
うん。まあそうだけど。
She still pulled it on him and I would have taken it, but
ヒ
still.
ミカが言うような悪い人ではなかったと思うけど。分かってるよ。分かってる。そんなことはさ。ああ、ごめん。なんか私、変なこと言ったんだね。
She still didn't have a good impression of Mamiya, even after he saved us. It was like she hated him even more for doing
ま
it.
だ間宮くんのことを嫌ってるの？
Of course.
嫌ってるか。いや、相変わらず好きではないよ。助けてもらっておきながらこんなこと言うのも変だけどさ。
Though I will say that is interesting that he technically bullied himself with Takaji and Tomo-san. It's interesting that he might actually have been spreading a rumor that he was being bullied by them. But then the question becomes, back then when he went into his school, he stole Zakura's school uniform. What actually happened there? Did he just get up and decide, no, I'm not gonna fucking take this anymore? Or what? Like, why would he wait to get sexually assaulted and then fight back? That doesn't really flow very succinctly. Unless he just snapped.
それよりも
And that's when he popped up.
自分の無力さに腹が立つ。あ、いや、別に何でもない。何でも。
Yeah, she likes it though.
そんなことよりも、あの男、私やザクロのことをおもちゃ呼ばわりしてたじゃん。あ、いや、あれは多分言葉のあやで。だとしても許せないよ。たく、やっぱり男って下品な生き物だよ。間宮だけじゃなくて、夕べのことでそれを痛感したよ。
Why she didn't dislike him so much? It always looked like they were getting along when they talked too. Actually, is Mamiya at school today? He wasn't injured after the incident last night, so there's no reason for him to skip school. Though he did say something strange.
さあ早くしろよ。俺も今日あたりが限界なんだわ。明日になったら
Either
もう少
Yuki
し
or
温和なやつが
Basement
死ぬまで
Takaji.
間宮拓司の担当になるらしいんでな。さあお前らを苦しめてきた俺に復讐するならこれが最後のチャンスだ。
What do you mean by that? Those words seemed out of place. Why would he say it's their last chance?
そんなに気になるなら、間宮拓司のところ見に行ってきたら？え？多分あいつなら屋上にいるんじゃないの？聞きたいこと、話したいことたくさんあるんでしょ？あいつと。
Himika smiled gently.
そうだね、ありがとう。
But I wondered why her expression looks sadder every time I look at her. Probably because she has feelings for you and is a little upset that Mamiya takes precedence over her. Just a thought, not that she really had any chance to begin with.
あいつが夕べ最後のチャンスだとか限界だとか言ってたのが気になるんでしょ？
I'm just a little curious about that, yeah?
そうだね、気になる。正直なんだね、ザクロ。だったらすぐにでも聞いた方がいいんじゃない？世の中には手遅れになることだってたくさんあるじゃん。今やらないと、今言わないといけないことってたくさんあるじゃん。
Thank you.
多分さ、今言わないと手遅れになるかもしれない言葉ってたくなんだよ、神妙な顔して私見てさ。今のは一般論だよ。一般論としてとりあえず言ってきなよ。それにさ、ザクロを守れるのはあいつだけだから。これからまだ赤坂たちの復讐が続かないとも限らないわけだし。
I mean, yeah, sometime in the future, that's definitely a real possibility.
でもそれだったら君からって間宮君に。私はあいつに助けられるなんてごめん被る。
Ah, okay.
ごめん、なんだろう、なんで私今大声出したんだろう。君か。とりあえずさ、行きなよ。次は昼休みだしさ。なんだったら5次元目の授業は保健室に行ったって先生に言っておくし。
Okay. After she said that, she looked down, avoiding eye contact with me. Why? We're finally free from bullying. What's she so upset about? I was a bit confused. Whatever. I'm gonna go see my cute boy. Akasaka and Kitame didn't come to school that morning. All of the students who were beaten by Mamiya were absent. Well, no shit, they're absent. They had their skulls broken. Well, at least one of them did, probably.